Welcome back to Impulse. Wait, I got it wrong again. I'm sorry.
Whoa,
Welcome back
whoa,
to the
whoa,
North American
whoa.
Pre-Modern Championships. I'm Crazy Car Winter here with Devin O'Donnell. We are playing some. Well, we're watching some Pre-Modern. We're not playing Pre-Modern. We're watching it, and we are in round 4 backup match.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the backup match for this round. So I was told by production we don't actually have deck lists for this round, but we are going to be taking a look at some Moneyball versus Dreadnought. So kind of those are the two most played decks of the weekend,
Yep.
so it'll be very good to see how this matchup plays out. I play a lot of Moneyball, so I'm kind of familiar with how the matchup plays out. Should be very interesting. Before we do that,
We have a consolation
we have a
as a result of
giveaway.
not having deck lists. We've got something for you guys. Yeah.
Exactly. Instead of deck lists, we got play points. So thank you to Daybreak Games and the folks over the Magic Online team. If you would like to win, we are going to be giving away 5 different bundles of 120 play points. You can type exclamation point. What was it? Premodern is cool.
Pre-Modern is cool.
Premodern is exclamation
Premodern is
point.
cool.
Premodern is cool.
All one
one
word?
word in the chat.
Yep.
And we'll pick 5 winners
yeah.
after, I believe.
Game 1.
I think we said after the first game.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
So
there you
get
go.
those entries in. And while you're at it, I mean, you've got your Twitch Prime. You might as well send it to Duress Crew, right?
It's free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's free. All right. With all that, let's see if.
Let's see. This is going to be a
watch
sweet
some
match.
Magic.
This is like the matchup we've been talking about all weekend. We've got Moneyball versus Stiflenought. Nicholas versus Dave. Dave is an old buddy of mine. I've known Dave since we were in high school. Super cool dude. We were chatting a little while earlier, and he's locked in. He is ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
I presume Nicholas as well, because you know they're also sitting at 3-0. But I didn't speak to Nicholas, so I have no idea what's in his mind. Looks like we got. That's okay. Yeah, so we had some technical. We're having some technical difficulties. The video feed is being wonky.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody's on a mold of 6.
Yeah, I saw that.
And if that's Dave,
bit of
that
a
does
mulligan.
not bode well for him against the Duress Cabal Therapy deck
No.
with Ravenous Rats.
I mean, we saw that earlier, the Contamination match, the mulligan to 5 against the Duress Ball Therapy
tough,
deck,
yeah.
and how that game played out. So,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I think historically, at least from the amount of Moneyball that I've played, it feels to me that this is kind of the reason to play Moneyball, is the
100%.
Dreadnought matchup.
Yeah.
I think that Moneyball is the amount of disruption that it has, the amount of clock that it can put on, the combination of both of those, it just kind of, all that lines up very, very well against what the Dreadnought deck is doing.
Yep.
And it's one of the few decks that has, multiple different removal spells to kill it. You get the Edicts, you get Chainers, Diabolics, Smothers, so...
In addition to that disruption that keeps the Dreadnought from getting play in the first place. So if
Yes.
they do get it out, it just dies.
Yeah, Duress Therapy. Curious if Nicholas is on the Ravenous Rats or if we're on kind of the more recent, like Knight of Stromgold.
Well, I don't like that.
That kind of build. You don't like the Knights?
I love Ravenous Rats. That card's so sweet.
It is really good with Therapy.
Yeah, you cast it, and they discard a card, and then they kill it eventually. You got a 2-for-1. I got a Dress coming out. Dave is playing Intuition. I was talking about that earlier today. He's done some sweet stuff with like Intuitioning for Flash of Insight X, and just getting boatloads of value.
Yeah, so Intuition, Stifle, and Opt. Presumably, I mean, kind of depends on what's in Nicholas's hand. If you have an answer to Dreadnought, maybe you leave the Stifle. And
I
just
did
kind
see
of,
a Cabal Therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's possible, maybe, if you have Therapy, maybe you take the Stifle and then Therapy the Intuition.
That makes sense, yeah. Because the Intuition that's not coming up for another turn or so. We have another instance of the hand not being left on the table. That's atypical, I want to say. It's cool. It's well within, there's no obligation to leave your hand on the table, but it's just not what I'm used to. It's interesting. This is a little bit more high stakes than what I do.
That's fair. That's fair.
My locals, which we do weeklies now, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, so he did go ahead and decide to take
Stifle,
the
take an
Stifle, which
Opt.
makes sense. And honestly, even if you have an answer for the Dreadnought, it probably makes sense to take the Stifle. Just just kind of buy yourself a couple of turns. And
Yeah, Dave does have the ability to opt into Dreadnought and then draw Stifle or vice versa.
Yeah.
Whereas taking the Stifle just cuts down that possibility by a lot. So making this
looks like a lot of
better.
Funeral Charms in hand for Nicholas too.
Hell yeah. All right, so we're Cabal Therapying presumably for, like you said, Intuition.
Intuition, because that's the one you
Yep.
know about.
Yep.
And the exact same 2 cards that were gone from Dave's hand are now
Easy
all of a sudden
money.
back in there. So,
So I believe I saw another Cabal Therapy in Nicholas's hand. So we may be seeing another one come out to take out the other Stifle,
get the other
possibly?
Stifle.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then opt in some other stuff.
Right. Oh, no, it's just Funeral Charms.
2 Funeral Charms.
That might have been 3, actually. No, there's
2
another
Funeral
Therapy. Okay.
Charms, a Therapy, and something. A lot of Funeral Charms. Usually
There's
you
a
don't see
lot
that
of
many in
no,
Moneyball.
yeah. It's such a good card, though. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of very relevant things. Which is kind of what the Charm Cycle was meant to do, right? It was meant to be an inexpensive spell that did a lot of different optional things that could be good at some different times. Opts into the Stifle Dying and then the Evasion Charm. So he's got
he
another
Evasion
enabler.
Charm. So now if there's a Dreadnought on top, Dave is ready to go with that. So
For sure, yeah.
And with the leftovers being, I think that you might be right. I think that's triple Funeral Charm.
I think it is, yeah.
So if there is a Dreadnought on top, then it's kind of tough.
That is very tough, yeah. He could always make it bigger and die faster.
Yeah.
So we drew another opt.
Number 3.
Just drawing just thoughts he's bugging himself. I don't know. It's not thoughts because he's casting the opt, so he's doing some sort of weird summoning of opt. Funeral Charm to discard some cards.
Squadron opt.
Squadron opt, love to see it. All right, we got another Funeral Charm coming out.
Land 3rd Funeral Charm maybe.
And Dave is dazing it.
Hard casting.
Interesting. Very cool.
I wonder what is the decision point to hard cast the daze as opposed to just discarding the daze?
Or bouncing an island. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the difference is there.
Hurting dominance.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ritual Hippie.
Oh, wow,
Wait,
there's a Hippie.
Is this old school? Are we in the right tournament?
All right.
Oh, Counterspell comes out.
Last card Curse Scroll.
Nice.
Which is not bad.
Not
and
at all.
Last card for Davis Vision Charm.
That's a Phyrexian Dreadnought. Wow. Nicholas is like, yeah, you got it, you got
well,
it.
you know. See if we can find a
that's
kill
not-
spell,
that's swamp.
maybe. Like a swamp. Nicholas does have a turn.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't know what Nicholas's removal suite is, but there are answers that exist in this deck. Typically.
Usually it's about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I would say somewhere in the ballpark of 2 to 3 smother, 2 to 3 edict, and then 1 snuff out. Usually is the.
Now, as I was tempted to say, and you all might be tempted to say in chat, Dave Luxax the Dreadnought, but he's looked at 12 cards at this point.
Yeah,
so
because
odds are you'd see it. At this
yeah,
point.
I mean, he also bottomed a bunch of the ops, so he looked at probably a third of his deck that game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Easily.
Which I mean, that's the thing the Dreadnought does. It's very good at digging through its deck and finding the things it needs, like Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Yeah, I mean, between Impulse, Opt, Portent, AK, there's just so many Flash of Insight. There's so many ways for the deck to draw extra cards. And as you mentioned, the reason the Dreadnought deck is so good is because all of its cards cost 1 mana.
Yeah.
And you can cast 3 or 4, 2 or 3 spells in the same turn, gush for free and all this stuff. And it's very, very consistent. There's a reason it's the best deck in the format.
Allegedly.
Well,
I'd say it's the best. I agree with you. If that is the position you're taking, I would 100% get behind that. All right, I think Dave is on another mold of 6.
is that a copy of the rack?
That is a copy of the rack.
So
That's a thing. Oh, okay. So Nicholas is on 6. Okay. So the rack is something that's been popping up in this deck a little bit more often recently. Phil, I believe it was Phil from the Zoo Crew, won his own tournament.
Yeah, he beat me in the
rack?
finals.
Oh, he beat you in the finals?
Yeah.
How rude.
I know.
Didn't you know you were a guest? You got to let the guest win. I don't know. I've heard things about the Zoo Crew. I don't know if they've all been positive from the Duress Crew, but
he did.
They
win
might be
his own
they might be
tournament,
biased.
yes.
I believe something about the annihilation of the Duress Crew is what's going on here. I don't know.
I can't comment on that.
That's fair. That's fair. I did run into a couple Zoo Crew members, and I tried to get in their good graces by saying down with Duress Crew, and they're like, no, we're up with Duress Crew for this weekend. We have a détente. I'm like, okay, up with Duress Crew, and we raised the roof a little bit, and we're good. Ritual Bottomless Pit. This is like a planeswalker. Every turn, discard a card at random. Each player on your turn.
So we were lied to. This is a Moneyball. This is Pit Rack.
It's Moneyball Pit Rack Black.
That's fair.
Moneyball Rack.
Moneyball Rack Pit, not Phil.
Not Phil. No.
Because Phil is doing rack stuff, but he doesn't have Ritual or Pit. So
Flash of Insight. Okay, that's where you want it to be. You want it to be in your graveyard. Yeah. Is that an Essence Flare? Yeah, that's an Essence Flare.
Yeah, that's like the best possible discard to Bottomless Pit.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Could you choose better?
No, you couldn't have chosen a better card.
And unfortunately, Nicholas is down a card with his Dark Ritual, so he's going to be kind of digging out of a hole a little bit here.
Given how this game is going, Nicholas discarded a land. I'm assuming he's not going to play a land this turn.
Probably not. And opting for the Cabal Therapy instead of
the rack.
Not name, I think. Yeah.
So 2 impulses, Counterspell, Flare, Vision Charm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strong hand.
A lot of cantrips.
Unless Dave loses if he loses his island, he is in
I was
a
gonna
lot
say,
of trouble.
nothing to do on turn 1, and if Dave discards that island, we have ourselves a game, folks.
Yep. So what Nicholas is going to do is he's going to load the dice to hit the island. Because Dave conveniently has 6 cards, which with a 6-sided die, you can roll and then pick your card, which is great.
That's true.
That's the awkward part with 7 cards. The 7 cards, you can't roll a 6-sided die, and that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Like
roll
a D8,
D8 and like re-roll an 8, but
I would hazard there are fewer than 10 D8s in this entire building.
that's probably a good point.
Still fewer than 10. 1 in the feature match area, as production tells me. is still fewer than 10. I think I'm standing by my.
Are you sure
by my assertion.
one is less than 10? I don't believe that.
I could be wrong. I'm very bad at combat math.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Do we discard the island to pit? This is the game.
This is gonna
right
be
here.
huge. Yeah, this is gonna be very huge.
1 and 6.
Really, what I think Nicholas wants to see is the island get discarded and then be able to cast his rack next turn.
As
a
the
counterspell.
All
Okay.
right. We play on.
It
Now
has
Dave-
options as opposed to not.
Right. Dave just has a bunch of 2-drops in hand. The impulses,
Oh,
the
we hit a
charms.
third island, too.
Still has the flare. What was it? 2 impulse, 2 charm, and a flare?
Yeah, something like
I
that. Okay. Ooh, that's an answer to Dreadnought. Oh, we hit a land nice.
Leftovers
so,
are the rack.
Yep, the rack is
which is
okay.
okay, but
Yeah.
I mean, Dave's still just he's got enough cards in hand.
Yeah. So what Nicholas really wants to see is a third land because that means everything in the deck is able to be cast.
Yep.
And then he's just coasting on this pit for the rest of the game. Whereas Dave still has to resolve his Dreadnought. He still has to resolve an enabler through this bottomless pit. So the bottomless pit can randomly take away the enablers. It's not going to take away the Dreadnought, but it can take away the enablers and then eventually take away the Dreadnought. So it's actually, this may not look great for Nicholas, but I think it's better than it looks.
So Dave on 5 cards. So 1 gets discarded to pit. That's 4.
It's another impulse.
Draw for turn up to 5. Maybe land for turn down to 4.
Very cool, I think, Korean impulse, just to point out.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Dave's got a nice collection.
He does,
Some
yeah.
nice foreign cards.
He's been playing a little while.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave chopped deck the Dreadnought. He did not. His third land. And he's getting pretty close to the rack doing damage. There's the third land I was looking for Nicholas, yeah.
So now a lot of cards are on for Nicholas.
Yep,
Choosing to go
one.
for a flash for 1 from hand rather than the one from the graveyard.
Yeah, which I
Wants to
can
kinda
understand.
hold on
It's
to
safer in
that
the
for a
graveyard
little
than it
bit.
is hand. So I mean,
Right.
I guess it doesn't matter. It is either way, but it's also cheaper from the graveyard. So
I guess the upside of leaving it in your hand is you can get it out of your hand before, like you'd rather discard it to the pit than cast it for 1. I think.
sure,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, I get that.
But if
Is
you had
that a
nothing else to do,
misdirection?
then it
It looks like a misdirection
looks
to me.
like
That's
it was a
super.
misdirection. Yeah.
I love misdirection. That card's great. All right, so we got the bottomless pit hitting, and so
Not the best against Duress though, because Duress is target opponent, right?
correct,
Yeah.
correct. There was an instance. Oh, what was it? I think it was a Facebook monthly match where somebody misdirected to Duress and they accidentally resolved it the wrong way. So the Duress player lost a card
Yep.
and lost a Duress, and the misdirection player got to see the hand. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right, so Dave is getting to the point where he's getting low on cards and possibly taking damage from the rack. However, he's got those Flash of Insights in his graveyard to refill, which is very good for him.
He's maybe lining up a flash here.
Looks like, yeah.
Is he
For, like,
exiling
4?
the first flash to the
No,
second
no.
one?
The first Flash is on the bottom.
Okay.
It's the last card. Yes, yeah, I believe it was for 4.
Yeah, okay, this makes sense.
And he snapped the card pretty quickly. I don't recall. I don't think I saw a Dreadnought there. Hang on, Gush is going to do a
Gush.
lot to keep him from getting completely choked out by this bottomless pit.
Yeah, and Dave is still not playing a land this turn, so if he does find a Dreadnought, it could set up the 12-12 here. Big
For sure.
shrimp.
Shrimpin' 8 easy. I've
No
heard.
Dreadnought, though. But as you mentioned, Gush, good card against the rack.
Yep.
Yeah, second
Yep,
rack.
another
is,
rack.
Kind of tough here.
Yeah.
This is just kind of the way this matchup goes. Is like
Mm-hmm.
this. Gush is so good against the rack.
It is a very, very. It's a decent card. I'd probably play it. It seems
Yeah.
good. All right, so discarding card at random. Problem is, if Dave wants to develop his board at all, he uses the misdirection. It's just, it's whatever. He will eventually start getting under this rack, so
Right.
or under the racks. So he'll be taking some damage.
Notice that every time Nicholas kind of leans forward with the hat, it makes
It
the
throws
battlefield
camera
blurry.
off. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is all recorded in the past, so we can't go down and be like, "Stop leaning, sit back."
No hats in the feature match.
No
area.
hats. It was kind enough to not wear a hat, so heads up play by him.
That's a good point.
Get it, heads up. That's the dad joke you get there.
Anywho, Dave is casting a portent.
Yep, and looks like
He's still looking for a Dreadnought.
he did not find it, so he's going for the shuffle here.
Take a little shuffle.
And He's going to be going back up a card. So I'm just kind of like mentally keeping track of the number of cards that Dave has in his hand. Like, when is this rack going to actually do anything? Or these racks, I should say, do anything.
So he was at 7 when he passed.
Yeah.
Discarded 1 to 6.
Then played a land.
So I played a land, so he should be at 5 now.
Yeah.
I think.
But he's going to draw up to 6, I think.
Well, I
Oh,
guess
he draws
draw
up to
step.
5,
No,
draws
so
up
he should be at 6 with the
Yeah,
draw
he
step.
should be up to 6, yeah.
And then 7 off the portent.
Yeah.
So
So he's well above
not
this
even
rack.
close.
Yeah. And Nicholas, presumably, if he didn't slam it, okay, let's say it's a land. I would say if he doesn't slam it immediately, it's probably a removal spell. In which case, Dave just wants to sit and chill because it doesn't make a lot of sense to just run your Dreadnought out if you don't have any protection. Now, I don't know if this is a Legacy player thing or not, but the spread out graveyard, I never noticed that until I was watching Legacy players. I feel like it's mostly Legacy players that do that with the like laid out graveyard in front of you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when you have cards that you like, I don't know. I always do that because I kind of forget what's in the graveyard sometimes,
yeah.
and it's like, Dave has the Flash of Insights, the AK, so like things to keep track of.
Right, whereas Nicholas is not so much so, yeah. Although he's got Cabal Therapy, so it's something.
There's sort of like a tactical reason to do it too, because if you have like cards in your deck that care about the graveyard, and you don't have it laid out, but then you draw a card for a turn and immediately pick up your graveyard, your opponent's like, oh, okay,
you drew a thing that matters with the graveyard.
Yeah, you drew an AK, so
Yep.
it's like, if you have your graveyard laid out, you're not like giving that information.
For sure,
out,
yeah,
which is
that's
kinda
good.
cool.
That's good to know. Good tips from.
There's a
here, yeah.
flash.
All right, cool.
Flash for 6.
Yeah, is he just gonna whole hog?
I mean,
Yeah.
This is why the Dreadnought deck is so good. Dave has probably seen more than half of his deck this game at this point, right? Would you
And
say?
rather unluckily, not seen a Dreadnought yet.
Yeah, still hasn't found the Dreadnought. Surely there's one in this pile, right?
I don't think
I
there
don't
was.
think there
He's going for another impulse. Clearly a man of culture.
Is it possible that he boarded down on them and did?
Is he
boarded
doing
into
what we
the
thought
Brain
Flores did
Freeze
and boarded out
thing?
into Drain Freeze yet? I don't think so.
Against Pit Rack though? I don't know.
He has Vision Charms and Stifles in his deck.
Yeah,
still,
there's
so.
no way. Yeah.
Unless he's planning on stifling the bottomless pits, which I would not recommend.
Yeah, not a great idea.
Yeah. Hunting again.
All right, surely it's here, right?
I think it is.
there it is.
He
Okay.
found it.
It took him a while.
So cool thing that Dave can do here with the Portent is he can put the Phyrexian
Put it
Dreadnought at
second.
the second card.
So there's no way to discard it to the pit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless the problem is he has to have an enabler, 2 enablers in his hand, unless he loses one and then he's in trouble. I don't know.
Well, I think he had 2 Vision Charms from like the discard spell on turn 1, right? And I don't know if he's discarded one yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Plague Spinner.
You know who does know?
Who?
Chat.
Well, chat knows everything.
They do know everything. Chat's a beautiful person.
Don't inflate their ego too much.
We need them to give their Twitch. We need them to give us their Twitch primes. So you got to inflate them a lot.
Okay, so Plague Spinner enabling therapy is kind of cool.
Very
'cause
cool.
That can name the Vision Charm. I don't know if there was also a Stifle.
I don't think there was.
Because I'm pretty sure that there was 2 charms. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there was a
there's
Stifle. Oh,
Okay.
brutal.
So now there's a 1 in 4 for Dave to hit the Stifle here.
How do you like
Tough
those odds?
card to
I love
Dreadnought,
rolling the
so,
dice.
I mean, it's better odds than I think Nicholas thought he was going to have.
I agree. Yeah.
To be a huge
Island times 3
pit
and
trigger.
Stifle. Yep.
This is the game. If the Stifle is hit, then this is this determines the entire game here.
For sure. For sure.
And I mean, for all we know, there could just be a smother on top of Nicholas's deck too. So maybe it doesn't even matter.
Right.
but-
Right. Which because Dave's drawing into his Dreadnought on his turn, he's not gonna have a counter spell.
Yep. But if you're in Dave's seat, you can't wait because there's the pit. So like the longer you
Exactly.
wait, the worse it gets. He just
So
has to go for it.
I think Nicholas was chanting 1 in 4, 1 in 4.
Yeah. All right, here we go. What
gotta roll the
is
die
the
here.
discard?
Yeah, you got to. It's too
Yeah,
big to not.
you got to roll a die. Come on.
All right, let's see it. This is a big die roll.
What do we got?
Oop, destroying all Dave's
6.
cards.
All right, roll
Got to
again.
reroll.
1 through 4.
4.
4. What do we hit?
Ooh.
Oh, swing and a miss. Yeah.
Dave just
Yeah.
flops it over from his deck.
Yeah.
All right, Nicholas, just flop over your smother. You can do it. I believe in you.
Well, Nicholas is at 19, so does have
Oh, that's not a smother.
can take 1 hit. He's not dead.
Yep, he's not dead yet.
So play Scourge, take a hit, go to 7, get 1 more draw step at it.
I love the called shot, though. That's fantastic. He's just like, flop. Oh, yeah, well, guess not. It's a little bit less of a certain called shot than Dave's Dreadnought there.
I don't remember what the other card off the portent because Dave did keep.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
remember
remember
what it
seeing. I don't remember seeing it either.
Find out though.
Yeah.
Was it a counter spell? It may have been.
It
I
may
don't
well have
remember
been.
seeing it.
Yeah, I think it was a land.
All right, show me the smother. Edicts would also do it. Snuff out would also
A lot
do
of
it.
answers.
Oh, there's the smother.
That's big game.
Carl, we have a game.
I think we do, because
Unless
Dave is
there is a
taking rack
counterspell.
damage now.
And
And there's a Skittering Scourge going? Woo,
I don't think there was a
sheesh.
counterspell.
I don't think so. Attacking first, then
I mean,
smothering.
should upkeep. Well, you should upkeep it because if he drew a counterspell,
Vision Charm.
might
Yeah.
discard it to the pit.
That's true. Yeah.
So let the pit trigger resolve and then cast the smother.
He's just playing face up.
Good sequencing
Love it.
from Nicholas.
Island. Okay.
All right, cast it.
So the pit. So the racks hit him for 4.
Do you have? Don't let him draw a card though. Definitely
No,
upkeep
yeah,
it.
he's not gonna do that. Yeah, he's playing
Counterspell?
tight.
Oh, Dreadnought's
Oh,
down.
brutal.
Here we go.
All right.
This is
We have a
crazy
game. I did not
sequence.
think this was gonna be a game,
No.
and it is a game. That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I mean,
That is
there
what's so good
was-
about this format, though.
There was multiple spots in this game where Nicholas had to hit the 1 and 4, or
Mm-hmm.
Dave had to dodge the 1 and 4 to keep the stifle, and then Nicholas had to draw the kill spell. This has been a crazy game. Absolutely
enabler.
crazy game. I think Dave's last card is a land,
I think
which
so, too.
means
That's an Essence Flare, I think.
believe we're done. 1 life against the Scourge double rack.
Wow, well navigated by Nicholas.
We are done. Crazy. Good games.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ooh.
Okay. So we're going to our game 3.
Oh, right. I thought that was for the match.
Nope, we ain't done yet.
No, you're right.
We
I
ain't
thought
done
that
yet.
was for the match. Never mind. Dave did win game 1. All right. Okay.
Yep.
So we are going to game number 3. I was for
Hell
some
yeah.
reason I thought we were done.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. So yeah.
So it looks like Dave's making some sideboarding changes,
Yeah, we
or
still don't
bluffing
have
them.
decklists. So not entirely sure what these players have access to, but
Yeah.
now that we know that Nicholas is more of the bottomless pit variety of the
Mm-hmm.
mono black decks, that is, I mean, it's certainly a different texture to the matchup than
For sure.
traditional Moneyball. I would almost argue that maybe the pit rack version is probably even a little bit, dare I say, better against
I would think so
Dreadnought?
too. Yeah, bottomless pit's a very good card against. It can be a very good card against Dreadnought.
Yeah.
But
If
I mean,
can
you don't
stick
have
it.
Withered Wretch, which Withered Wretch takes out the Flash of Insights.
That's fair.
6 of one, half dozen of another. Nicholas feeling good. He's alive as opposed to not.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy game.
That
where,
was.
You know, Dave had to hit the 1 and 4 to keep the Dreadnought, and then Nicholas had to find the kill spell. Dave had to also not draw a counter spell.
Yep. Yeah. No, as I said
Lot.
multiple times, like this format's so good because you have those long grindy games where those advantages add up and
Big
your
swings,
decisions
too,
matter.
big swings.
Yep. There's also can be some big swings. Yep. Like
Just,
not
you
hitting
get
the
a little
cycle.
bit of everything.
You really do.
You
You really
do.
do. You get a lot with
The
this
whole
format.
spectrum.
Nicholas has got his name tag inside his shirt. That's interesting.
Yeah, I saw some people like kind of
Keep it
like do
secret.
it behind them too.
Yeah. I can see they're doing it while you're playing because you don't want
Right.
like messing around with your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave is considering another sideboard option. Unfortunately, we don't know what those sideboard options are. Funeral Charms came out. Oh, thank you, Nicholas, for showing us your sideboard when I wasn't paying attention.
Wonder if Dave's
Curse
maybe
Scroll.
thinking about like Order Keg or
Mm-hmm.
Essence Flare.
Yeah.
There's not nearly as many creatures in the pit rack version
No.
of this deck, so Essence
No.
Flare a little bit worse. We did see Dave have the Flare in the deck for that game. We didn't see a hippie out of Nicholas, did we?
We
I don't
did.
think
Game
we
1.
did.
Yeah, game
Well,
1 we saw
game
it.
2.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, game 2. No.
I don't
Yeah.
think we saw a hippie game 2.
It is possible that Nicholas sided them out. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible.
No, yeah.
Also, I mean, if you're bringing in Essence Flare just for Hippie, that's kind of like,
Right, exactly.
if you don't have a lot of targets for it, it's going to feel pretty bad.
Because also, it feels bad when you flare their hippie. They get to hit you for what they get to hit you once with it, and then you still have to lose a card off of
Yep.
the. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Okay, so this is something that Dreadnought players often do is they mix up their days sideboarding. So depending on whether on the play or the draw, they're going to have days or not.
That's
It
fair.
looks like Dave is thinking about putting his dazes back in.
okay.
And
he's
possibly
in the
taking
play.
Essence Flare
Makes
out.
sense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a card that's much better in the play than the
so
draw.
good on the play, especially in this Dreadnought deck.
Mm-hmm.
The draw they have sometimes is land, Portent Go, land, Dreadnought Enabler, daze, foil. Both your answers win
Yep.
the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Very tough to deal with. Not a lot of decks that have that kind of inevitable draws, but
Nope.
they exist. Dreadnought doesn't have it all the time. They have it sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah. I mean, the games where they don't have it, they have to spend a little bit more mana. They have to spend turns cantripping. They'll eventually find it because their deck is all cantrips, but sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to find the pieces.
For sure, for sure. And in that time, you can be dying to a Hypnotic Spectre or the Rack.
Yep.
That felt weird to say. The Rack.
Or a Bottomless Pit.
Yeah, Bottomless Pit will get you too.
It's not going to kill you, but it's going to deplete your resources enough.
All right, so Dave's still thinking about his sideboarding. Looks like he's decided on his final configuration. Nope, he hasn't. Oh no, I was like, no, he's not. My bad.
We're putting the divider back in.
Putting the divider back in. Oh nope, he's not. Nope, he's not done.
Back.
Dive back in there, Dave. Bringing in an opt. Of all the things to think about, an opt. That is an interesting, interesting card to be. I would say hemming and hawing about, but to be pondering over.
Yeah.
It's not ponder. It's opt.
To be portenting over.
He's opting to bring it in. Sorry,
if you think about it, portent is just portent is ponder in a trench coat.
It really is. Sometimes better. Like that delayed cantrip can matter a lot.
Targeting your opponent too.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you saw that.
Flores did.
Yeah, Flores versus Claire. Yeah.
Which I do believe Flores won that game as a result of that because he stacked
yeah,
the
you just
Sylvan
make
Library
sure
on the
that your
bottom
opponent doesn't draw an answer to Dreadnought.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, Claire was also, that was the game where Claire had double Mox Diamond, wasn't it?
Yeah, and mulled to 5 or something like that.
That was a weird game.
It was not much of a game. It was like, I sure have not a lot for you. What do you got for me? Oh, portent. Okay, well, I guess I'll do nothing.
Oh, you have 3 non-Dreadnought answers. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, going into game 3, we have Dave on the play. Certainly play draw matters a lot in this matchup.
For sure. Yep.
You know, like you mentioned, Daze is coming maybe back in on the play for Dave. And the turn 1, you know, Ritual Hippie or Ritual Bottomless Pit starts a lot worse than the draw. But
for sure.
I still do think that Nicholas has the tools to win this matchup. The cheap discard spells, the cheap black interaction. I do still, even with Nicholas on the draw, I still think I like Nicholas in this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. The cheap removal, cheap discard, all that combines to make very effective answers to the Phyrexian Dreadnought, which Dave looks like he has on 1 land. Draws a land. I think he has a Vision Charm, so we're looking at a possible turn 2 Dreadnought.
I like how we're both tilting our heads sideways.
I know, right? I always do that. It's even more embarrassing when I do it at home. I'm like looking around, like, oh, is this there? No, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave, I'm craning my head again. It's not doing any good. Does not have the land. Opting for the second land.
Yes,
he may have hit an
Dave's
enabler
main
here.
Phase.
Yep.
A land for Dave.
I don't think. Okay, we did. Okay.
Land has been secured.
Thought about that a little longer than I thought. I would have thought he would if he just hit a land, but.
Yeah.
I believe there's a Vision Charm, so I think, yep. Okay, with the Wretches.
Oh, okay.
Nice
so
little,
this is, I wonder, I'm curious to see Nicholas's list because I wonder if those are main deck, if they're sideboarded in. But yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit more of a threat-heavy version of Pit Rack because we saw Pits, we saw Racks, we saw Rituals.
Moneyball Rack. Moneyball Rack, that's what it is.
Yeah, a little bit of a hybrid.
Yeah, no Ravenous Rats, but you got the Pit or the Rack and the Bottomless Pit. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had Scourge last game too. So
yes, he did, which I think is a cool card. All right, so Dave is gushing. I'm thinking he does not have the enabler he needs. He doesn't have the Vision Charm or the Stifle, and he just drew Portent something. And drop. And Gush is a good card.
Well,
oh, he must have
looks like
something.
He found it.
Unless he's just jamming for no reason. Right, Vision Charming. Yep.
Yep. So villain left over. It's currently phased out.
Are you a Dreadnought enjoyer in paper?
I haven't tried the deck
yet. Okay,
yet.
I was going to ask what your preferred method of phasing out Dreadnought is. Is it upside down or is it flipped around?
No, I haven't played this deck.
Okay.
I played it online a little bit, but not on paper.
And that one, it just kind of grays out a little bit.
Yeah.
In paper, you've got to like.
Magic Online does it, but it does it, does it for you. Basically.
It sure does. It sure does. One of my earliest pre-modern games was actually against Dave. I was playing Stasis, and he was playing Dreadnought. He Vision Charmed his Dreadnought, and then I untapped and played Stasis. For those of you that don't know, Stasis makes you skip your untap step, so there's no phase in.
Oh.
So he just had nothing the rest of the game. It was amazing.
Nice.
I was very proud of myself, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Nicholas cannot phase out, or he cannot play Stasis, unfortunately, but.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got.
I mean, Underground River Stasis? No.
We do have Stifle. Or not Stifle, Smother, I'm sorry.
That's true.
We do have
So
Smother
there's
on
an
Nicholas.
answer.
Yep.
But do we have a discard spell before the Smother? That's the ideal.
Yeah.
You want to try and
see,
clear
like,
the
rest
way.
here.
I don't think there's a discard
so. He's got a Diabolic Edict, too,
looks
it looks
like. An Edict,
he's got a few answers.
Knight, another Wretch,
During
a
upkeep.
bunch of 2-mana cards, it looks like.
So I like using the Edict here over the Smother. Because he knows that Dave has Misdirection. So if the Edict gets misdirected, he can activate his Mistress Factory and sacrifice that, but it's just a Vision Charm, so he's back out again.
Yeah, and very smart for Nicholas to do it on the upkeep, by the way,
Yes.
because that means the charm means that buys Nicholas 1 extra turn because the Dreadnought is phased out on
Correct.
Dave's turn.
Yep, so no
So
attack
he can't
this
attack
turn.
this turn, yep.
Yep, that's a mistake I make all the time.
Yeah.
Like, when do I want to kill the Dreadnought? I'll do it on my turn. Oh, wait, they have Vision Charm, and it just survives. Whoops.
It's tough because they have so many different ways to stop it. They have foil, they have counterspell, they have daze, they have Vision
For
Charm.
sure.
It's like you really it's different every time. You really
Yeah.
got to kind of think about the situation.
Definitely, definitely. You've got his port and draw. And Nicholas draws into Hippie. Beautiful Hippie, too. Alpha or beta one.
I think it's a beta, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if he can afford to cast the Hippie here as much as he
Yeah,
may want
so
to.
what's the hand? It looks like Smother and a bunch of creatures, I think,
Yeah,
right?
there's like a Plague Spitter and
Plague
another
Spitter,
Withered
Withered
Wretch.
Wretch. You don't want those cards here.
Nope, nope. Oh, is there another Edict? I think that's another Edict.
Right. Oh, is he going to
Going
go
for
for
the
the
Hippie?
hippie here?
Interesting. So yeah, he
Instead of
gets
the
to snare. He gets to
Edicts.
snare a card out of Dave's hand when he goes to kill it the next time.
Wow, okay. So rather than try to like fight over the edict that he presumed is going to get countered, maybe would rather just say, okay, I'm going to play the hippie this turn. I'm going to try and get 1 card out of you this turn on the next attack. And the benefit of doing it this way is if Nicholas draws a discard spell, then he can go discard spell into the edict.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Or the smother, rather, or whatever it is.
Oh, Dave doing the portent my opponent's. Oh, I thought Dave was giving it to him to read. I'm like, Dave, that's in Korean. He can't read that probably. He's just indicating that he's using portent on Nicholas's graveyard or library. Land, and
It'd just be 3
something.
lands.
Yeah.
What's really funny for Dave, with Nicholas missing land drops, I wonder if you're considering. No, you don't shuffle that, but
Yeah.
because Nicholas did miss a couple of land drops.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess the plan at this point is attack with hippie, hope you hit the only counter spell,
Yeah.
and then it's good.
Yeah.
Something tells me that even if the counter spell is hit, maybe we'll have to see.
Yeah, we will see. It is going to be Nicholas is just
Yeah, exactly.
he's rubbing his hands. Let's go.
Yeah, and we don't know what's in, like, how many counter spells are in Dave's hand. But,
From my normal experiences with Dreadnought, there's at least 7.
well, how
It's
about an
6-card hand.
impulse? That's not a counter
That's
spell.
not a counter spell, so I was
That's
wrong.
not the one you wanted to hit.
No, not so much. Not so much.
So hope this edict resolves? Question mark.
He's got Smother and Edict, so he's got 2 answers.
Oh, he has
which is nice.
2?
Yeah.
I thought he only had 1. Okay,
No,
that's not as bad then.
I thought he did 2, but he's got both.
Okay, all right.
Which is why he didn't attack with the Mistress Factory.
Deletes Mother
Smoother.
Edict.
Counter spell, okay. Oh, he didn't
Oh,
have
he
the Edict. I'm
didn't-
sorry.
yeah,
Never
okay,
mind.
that's what I
Must have been a
thought.
Plague
Okay.
Spitter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I didn't think I saw an edict in hand.
All right. Well played
there
by
you go.
both players. That was a good match.
It was.
Sick game 2. Absolutely sick game 2.
Yeah, that
This is a
game
good game
2
3
was
too. I mean, this
crazy.
is Nicholas had he just didn't have enough interaction. He had the removal spells, but not the discard to go along with it.
Right, and I mean the way that game played out, and with the concept of Nicholas's hand, I actually think I really like his decision to play the Hypnotic Spectre that one turn rather than go for the kill spell. Try and snipe
sure.
the counter spell the next turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Nicholas, but I think he played that game pretty well.
Yeah, I agreed.